The video for class 11th, and the topic which we will deal now is elastic collision in one dimension, and the chapter which is going on is work, energy and power. So here let me recall you about the elastic collision which we have discussed. There should be no loss of the kinetic energy. The linear momentum of the body should be conserved, the total energy of the body should be conserved, and specifically the kinetic energy of the body should be conserved. So let us first of all visualize the collision. Suppose the two bodies are moving, suppose the two bodies we have taken, the first body mass is m1, second body mass is m2, and both the bodies were moving with certain velocity u1 and u2. So for the collision what we required, u1 should be greater than u2. अगर u1 greater होगा तभी वो u2 से जाके combine होगा या collide होगा. So if u1 is greater than u2, so what will happen in the second condition? The collision will take place. That during the collision, how does the visualization will take place? Visualization will look, okay. And in the third diagram what we have drawn, how does the two bodies will start moving after the collision? Means the velocity of the two bodies will change. Let us take the velocity of the first body as v1 and the second body as v2 after the collision, and there is no loss of the mass. As you can see, the mass is remain same. No, you can see now you can see here what I have written, the relative velocity of approach before the collision. The relative velocity of the approach before the collision, I have taken u12 is equals to u1 minus u2. We all know that how to write VAB, means relative velocity concept. If we will talk about velocity of A with respect to B, so what we have to write, VA minus VB. So in the same way, I have taken relative velocity of approach as u12 is equals to u1 minus u2. One question can arise here, that why ma'am we have taken u12, why not u21? Because the second body is not approaching to the first body, our first body is approaching to the second body. So that is why we have taken u12, relative velocity of 1 with respect to the 2. That is the first body is gonna collide with second body, the velocity of the first body is greater than second. That is why we have taken the relative velocity of the approach as u12. Now the the two balls I have taken here written, so I will take a ball now. Two balls collide. Now what will happen after the collision? When v2 will be greater than v1, okay, means if the second body velocity will be greater, so the two bodies separate after the collision. If this will happen, then what will be the result? The two bodies will separate after the collision, okay. They will not move with a single combined velocity. They will separate from each other, and they will move with different velocities. Now what will happen? The relative velocity of the approach after the collision can be written as v21 is equals to v2 minus v1. Now again a question can arise ki ma'am, in why we have taken v21, why not v12? Okay, so if one reason is there of not writing v12 here. Why? Because if I will write v12, means v1 minus v2. Okay, so in that condition what we have to imagine, the velocity of the first body is greater than the second body. Now, if the velocity of the first body is greater than the second body, and you can go through the diagram, this I should explain with the diagram. Just wait. Now I am back to the same page, first page. Why I have not taken v1 minus v2? Okay, why I have taken v2 minus v1? Because if I will take v1 is greater than v2, now what will happen? This body is obviously going with a slow, okay, and if this body is with a greater velocity, now what will happen? This body will collide with the second body, and they will move, and the v1 body will take the v2 second body with itself, and will start moving with a certain its own velocity. So in that condition we will not be able to separate the two bodies. Now we have taken v21, means the v2 velocity is greater than v1. So what does this simplify? Ki these two bodies after the collision has again separated, and the v2 is moving with certain high velocity, and our v1 is moving with certain low velocity. Now what is the result of that? The separation of the two bodies we got, and we can now analyze the equation for the separation very easily. Now I am hoping you that you got to know ki why we have taken v21 is equals to v2 minus v1 as a relative velocity of approach after the collision. Now since we are talking about the elastic collision, so one thing we have studied, the linear momentum of the two balls should be conserved. So means if I will talk about the before, the what is the total linear momentum of the two bodies, m1 u1 plus m2 u2, and after the collision m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This all we have studied in class 9. Then using the concept of the conservation of linear momentum, the both the conservation both the total moment should be equal to each other before and after the collision. So means m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 v2. If I will rearrange the things and I will bring m2 terms one side and m1 terms at one side, so I will get this thing, that is m2 v2 minus u2 is equals to m1 u1 minus uh, what I have written here, m1 u1 minus m1 v1. Okay, u1 minus v1. So hence kinetic energy of the two balls before the collision means, if I will talk about the kinetic energy specifically, so kinetic energy of the two balls before the collision, half m1 v1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. Similarly, kinetic energy of the two balls after the collision, that is half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. And since we talk about the law of conservation of kinetic energy also, because the second concept which I told you, during the elastic collision the energy should be conserved, specifically the kinetic energy. So means now the kinetic energy before and after should be equal. So means I can write then this equation, that kinetic energy after the collision should be equal to kinetic energy before the collision. So means half m1 v1 square plus half m2 u1 square, everything should be equal. So if I will bring again m2 term in this side, m1 term in this side, so it will give me the second equation, m2 v2 square minus u2 square is equals to v1 square minus u1 square. So dividing equation number 2 and equation number 1. So what is specifically equation number 2 and equation number 1? This equation we got with the conservation of kinetic energy, and equation 1 we got with the conservation of linear momentum. I can show you here. Yes, this is the equation number 1 which we got with the conservation of linear momentum concept. So after dividing equation number 2 and by equation number 1, so after this whole solution, the m2 terms are cancelled out, m1 terms are cancelled out. This is a square minus b square identity I can use here. So I am expanding the identity, and after expanding the identities, everything is cancelled out. What is left with me? v2 plus u2 is equals to v1 plus u1. Okay, after rearranging the things, I can write down v2 minus v1 should be equals to u1 minus u2. Means this is the same concept which we have started with, that is the relative velocity of the approach and relative velocity of the separation. So here I can write down v21 should be equal to u12. Means if I will talk about the coefficient of restitution, then means if I will talking about the kinetic energy, sorry, if I'm talking about the elastic collision, so dividing both the v21 by u12, I'm getting 1. Okay, so means coefficient of restitution I'm getting 1 for the elastic collision. So this is all about the elastic collision in the one dimension. In the next videos we will study more about the collisions.